sitting here at SOTA and talking to Natasha from Seychelle, who's got a pretty amazing new product. Natasha, can you tell me a little bit about what we've got in front of us here?
Sure. Seychelle's a technology that was designed for the military initially. It's a very, very complex filter which we've got in different adaptations. It takes out 99.99% of all pesticides, chemicals, and it even kills viruses and diseases through a special patented filter, which is iodine based. This is a travel bottle, which is a plastic bottle with the filter in the top. It's great for travel if you're going to be camping, hiking, going into an airplane. You can take it on board empty, fill it up in the toilets. It's not a problem. It does about 200 litres. Then we've got a new stainless steel, which has just been released about a month ago, and it's working in conjunction with Eco-Usable. It's got the filter which fits a stainless steel bottle, and the filter itself can be replaced after 380 litres.
And what's Eco-Usable? You mentioned Eco-Usable?
It's a stainless steel company, it's one of the top ones, and they've just signed a contract to work specifically with Seychelle.
Okay, and now you've got a more army looking one over here?
Yes, this is the actual military canteen. It's got the filter on the top. It's available for public use as well now. It's quite interesting for hunters and people who want to have the camo look.
Camo look, yep.
Yep.
Okay, and now down by your side you've got something that's maybe a little bit more for mountain bikers and the like?
Yes, it's a filter that inline filter that fits any hydration pack. We've got the antibacterial tubing that you can buy separately, and when you don't need to use it, say you've got a reliable water source, you just clip it out and just attach the normal bacterial tubing back together. This will filter over 380 litres as well, and the good thing about our filters is they don't have a short expiry life. So once you activate it, you can flush it through and then dry it, put it away and use it again in 2 years' time. It's not a problem.
Brilliant, and now you've got a rather interesting one down here that looks like a super sucker straw for a 7-Eleven or something. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, it's a straw that was designed for the military. It's desert tan, so obviously it was used in Afghanistan, things like that. This is its carton, and it will filter up to 200 litres. So once you've finished, you obviously just throw this one away, but it's great for emergency. You keep it in your glove box, in your backpack, and if you even needed to, like drink out of a toilet or anything in an emergency situation, it'll filter out all the...
So you can drink out of a toilet using this?
A swimming pool. The only water you can't filter with Seychelle is salt, because it will let the salt through, so it's going to dehydrate you. But anything else, you know, great.
And basically we've got a filter for pretty much every type of drinking out in the field.
Yes.
Is it absolutely new technology? What's the history behind the product?
It was invented by a guy called Carl Palmer, who's in California. He designed one of the first complex reverse osmosis filters, and he sold it to Coca-Cola in the 70s. He's also had a lot of other dealings with other water companies like Arrowhead and things like that. He's a scientist who's got a very complex background and has a desire to provide clean water to third world countries and victims of natural disasters.
And you've shown me a couple of photos actually before of the army and some people in Africa using it. Can you tell me a bit about where it has been used around the world for the greater good, I guess?
Yes, it's used for the US and the UK militaries, also the Chinese military. Special forces also use it. It's been Carl's donated different bottles to people who've suffered through Hurricane Katrina and a lot of other natural disasters, used to protect the wildlife societies in Africa, and now it's available for use in Australia and New Zealand.
And can you tell me in detail a little bit more about the technology behind it? What's happening in there to get basically muddy, contaminated water into drinkable water? Right,
well even though we've got a lot of sediment and things in the water, it's able to be drawn through the iodine filter, and how this filter can actually take out viruses and diseases is because it's got a patented technology to attract the virus. So it actually traps the virus within the filter, and that contact time within is enough to kill the virus, so nothing comes through. The thicker the sediment that you use in the water, you can shorten your filter life, but you should get a good 200 litres out of a bottle this size. With the canteens you can get 380 litres.
Okay, and you're saying it's just being released onto the Australasia market. Where can people find it in Australia and New Zealand?
We're working exclusively with Roman distributors, and so more information will be coming within the next couple of weeks on their website as to which places will actually supply the products.
And that's roman.com.au?
Yes, it is.
No problem. Thanks very much, Natasha.
So we've got the travel bottle here, which has the iodine filter on the top. It's got a soft top that you just pop open, so you don't actually need to touch the top and contaminate it. This is a cup full of water that I've already poured out without the filter. It's got all the sediment, it's just muddy water, dirty river water that I've thrown a bit more junk in it. Then it's instant filtering, so you just squeeze it, and as you can see, the water that's coming out is crystal clear. And it's great. Tastes clean, no odours, no problem.